Hey everybody, KC here. So, Reuters had a story yesterday about how Kroger has prevailed in a court case. No, not the court case that's going to determine whether or not it's going to be allowed to acquire Albertsons for $24.6 billion. This is something a little bit more earthbound. In this case, it won the dismissal of a lawsuit claiming that it misled consumers by using the familiar farm fresh label to describe eggs that it was selling that came from caged hens in industrial settings. Basically, the judge said that reasonable consumers would not agree with the plaintiff that, quote, farm fresh, unquote, necessarily meant hens, quote, living on farms with open green space, grass, hay, and straw. Well, for the record, I'm a reasonable consumer. I think that's what I would have thought farm fresh meant. The judge went on to note that the plaintiff said that he paid a premium price for farm fresh eggs under the Roundy's label at a Mariano's Fresh Market store in Chicago. Kroger owns both of those. And that he would have paid less or not bought them had he known their origins. Listen, I think it's entirely fair to think that a premium price paid for eggs means that the hens were living in premium conditions. The judge said in dismissing the proposed class action that he wanted to distinguish farm fresh from descriptors such as cage-free, free-range, and pasture-raised that actually describe the hens' living conditions. He said, farm fresh eggs means precisely what it says. The eggs come fresh from a farm. It's about origin and timing, not about living conditions. Okay. Listen, the judge's ruling is the judge's ruling. Whatever he says goes, at least in terms of the legality of it. But I got to be honest with you, and clearly I'm not a lawyer, but I probably would have gone the other way. I frankly think businesses are way too casual with their language. I think they use descriptions that are not accurate. They make claims that are not entirely accurate. They use words that actually are meant to deceive. The fact is, laid by caged hens in industrial settings is not a phrase that, however accurate it may be, Kroger or any other retailer would have used to describe the conditions in which the hens were living. Farm fresh may not technically be deceptive, but let's face it, it is deceptive. I just think you have to be a little more careful with your words. I think you have to say what you mean. You have to mean what you say. And if you try to be a little cute with your words, well, eventually that kind of stuff can come back and haunt you. It also, by the way, leaves you competitive to a competitor attack. It leaves you vulnerable to a competitor attack. If I were competing with Kroger in the egg biz, I'd start to run ads saying, hey, listen, my eggs actually come from hens that are living on farms in wide open green spaces, grass, hay, and straw. And their farm fresh eggs come from caged hens in industrial settings. I'd underline that to make a point that my eggs are better than their eggs, and it's worth paying a premium price for my eggs. That's what I do. So again, I think you have to be careful about how you approach these things. In this case, where the hens are living and how the eggs are getting laid. And yeah, there's probably a getting laid joke in here somewhere, but I think I'm going to be careful with my words. That's what's on my mind this morning. And as always, I want to hear what's on your mind.